Hello my friends and welcome to episode 30 of the GeneticRim. Ha! 30 episodes. Happy anniversary. Actually, John is still alive. Standing right next to the Muffalo Komodo. Beautiful animal, don't you think? Sowing out some corn. We're having a really good time here at the Monster Farm. The evil cave, the Cave of Evil, or whatever you want to call it, is also getting along quite nicely. The power generators are finally up and running. We're just getting done the last one. And with this contribution, we're getting closer to the ability to get our operations back up. It's just a little bit more work necessary, I'm afraid. So the second generator will be very, very important too. It's just a very long way to get where I want to be, but you know, world domination doesn't come at a day. If you want to dominate the world with your genetic monstrosities, you have to be patient. You have to build up a proper base. You have to build up proper logistics, defenses, steel. Where is steel? Why so? I really don't get it. There's a severe lack of steel here. I mean, I still have the iron, but I felt like I wanted to probe for a little bit more, but nope. So we're going to use the deep drill. If that's the case, we're going to use the deep drill. Because I remember there was a pretty big area here. There was a pretty big area here filled with steel. And the deep drill here will give us an opportunity to mine there just to extract steel. So I'm going to force that on Nicholas, because I just realized that I can solve my problem so much easier by setting up this deep drill. I could have done that 2 episodes before, basically as soon as I scanned out that deposit. Good ideas have to grow for a while, you know. So do I overstrain him too hard there? Maybe. Maybe. But now I want him at least to drop the materials there, or everything will be in vain. Come on, 4 steel left, seriously? Yeah, you go to bed, you. He's really tired. You don't want to hit them the second pip there. It's that's the moment when they grow dead tired, and that really makes them pretty annoyed with life and everything. And I get it. They're right with that. So, our clothes department. Heavy fur. It's some good material. Let's see. Akio has some tattered apparel. I want to get these away little by little. So we need a few more button-down shirts and pants, obviously. Let's do that. Let's do 5 more of them. Let's check out the details. I'm going to allow everything for this job. I don't care what they use. I just want it to be done. And let's speeden it up. Good old robot. Look at him go. Such a good boy. I really love that. These robots are such a wonderful mod. They feel a little bit OP for sure, but at the same time, getting one of them is quite costly. Getting the research to build them on your own is quite hard, so I love it how Rimworld basically is able to balance itself if you do it right. Oh, there's art. So what do we have here? This work bears a depiction of a squirrelope ending a squirrelope's life with cold efficiency. Well, I've seen enough of that. Let's check out the next one. This work resembles Akio Castaneda welcoming John Boogers while laughing uproariously. I love the word uproariously, don't you think? The area is decorated with green and purple. The work seems to express godlessness. Well, considering that Akio is welcoming a cannibal wearing human leather clothing, maybe the godlessness part is not that wrong. A sheriff smiles beneath the main subject. I like that one. I'm going to keep that. I go through all these pieces of art so thoroughly because I really want to keep those with a meaning. I like that. I like to decorate my base with pieces of art that actually mean something for the people. This makes my base to a place where you can just look at every statue like here. We're having one that depicts Orozco being happy about seeing a meteorite. Well, that's a little bit unspectacular considering it's a large Heliodor sculpture, but well, at the same time it depicts a meteor striking the ground. Maybe it is. Enough of that. Rimworld art. I love it, as you might know already. Let's get back to the actually useful things of life. We struck a coal deposit there. We're already done with the button-down shirts? Holy, that was quick. Nice. Do like that. So, what's Nicholas working on? That's good. It's exactly what I wanted to see. The deep drills are really good, and I'm extremely grateful for their overhaul a few patches ago. They basically were brought a little bit closer to the early game. Like, this was available before, I believe. I don't know, actually. I never used it. Yeah. Now it's a really nice thing to have. Where's the subsurface conduit? Boom. So, Nicholas, you'll have a job, but really after you have hauled this beautiful statue. It's good that somebody takes care of that immediately. And what's the last one? Oh, it's an excellent one. On this work is an image of Aaron O'Meara coaching a cat fellow in attack as the other colonists do actual work. This wording, like Aaron's work is worth nothing. The others do actual work. Okay. The cat fellow is trembling in fear. Okay. This is an excellent piece of art. Oh, we're getting an archaeological expedition in. It's good that they're going to buy my art. I'm going to sell that one. Poverty of Aaron. Like, what? What's a poor clay statue worth, actually? I really expected less. So, let's welcome these archaeologists. Wonderful. So, after the power crisis is finally over now, this place is getting a lot more lively. And when the last generator is up and running, I'm going to do more genetic experiments, promise. But I don't want to let things get out of control. I'm really serious about that because a lot of these animals, they're really whack. Like, they have sometimes weird side effects, like especially the eldritch ones, and I want to have a colony that's able to sustain the weirdest of things. That's basically my idea here. So we're really running low on squirrel oats. I blew up a lot of them. Maybe I should breed some back. So who's going to be on the social here? I always forget. Lay is actually really good. Best one now. John was once pretty good at that, but he gets outshined by a lot of people here. So let's trade with these archaeologists. I want to see what they have to offer. So we have only one case of tattered apparel left, so let's check this out. The scarf is tattered, so let's replace that. Okay. So archaeologists tend to sell these psychic items. apart from that, I'm going to keep the insect meat. Insect meat is very useful for feeding the animals. I'm going to sell off the iron gladius. My tethered apparel, they're taking that as well. I love that. So, poor statues there. So let's check out this before we sell it. This sculpture illustrates a Kio Castaneda, adding surface detail to a small sculpture. Oh, no. I've seen those before. Oh, we have a painting. Oh, no, that's a sword painting of them. They have art, too, you see. That's the poverty of Aaron. Let's sell that off. That's a little bit too much of a brutal joke here. A cleaner. Man. Me. It's mine. So that's a new robot for our base. Wonderful. So I consider once everything is done, this room here will be my robot garage. It all boils down to that. So let's see. Can they? Yeah, you can. Nice. Awesome. A cleaner robot is easying up so many things. I mean, Lei was my cleaning guy, but I have other things to do for him. Like, he's also busy with handling animals. And seriously, with animal handling, we can make more people busy than I have. Look at that biome here. There's plenty of, there's a plethora of specimen. So, Sparks is working his hands off here. I want to get him talented here. So we're doing clay statues as long as we're having material for that. I really like how this green goes on here. I'm going to continue this pattern, but I'll have to take care of the power sources before we continue with silly things like that. So we're going to activate this bad boy. Look at him go. Oh. Beautiful. Somebody's cleaning now. Cleaning the evil base. Besides that, we're completely broke in terms of food. I have to change something about that, so let's kill some stuff. I always like to go hunting. So, well, let's wait until tomorrow, shall we? I mean, there's a lot of material running around, so where do I get my food from? Fish and mice. More travelers! The whole Whitmouse Alliance is having a convention here, it seems. So I think I'm going to pluck off this Meadow Ave here. It's alone. Or, no, I'm going to tame that one. Because, I mean, they have a chance of retaliation, sure. But this one is alone, and it's pretty isolated here. So this reduces the risk behind taming a Meadow Ave to a pretty bare minimum. And these beasts are such good riding animals. Nice. What a great idea. So there's such plenty of hill root here. I like to pluck them because you can sell them off so decently. So, I think I need a mining robot too, don't you think? That would be really nice. Some robot operating this deep drill day and night. So, what did we find so far? There's a new patch of iron ore. That's great. This replenishes my steel sources a little bit, because I can tell you this base eats steel. It's I'm using a devastating amount of steel at this place here. So there's another thing we're lacking, and that's cotton. Change that. We're doing a lot of agriculture here, but I wanted to emphasize this with this colony. Anyways, like there's a reason why this is the Monster Farmers Society, you see. So there's a beautiful morning. Let's shoot some dirty animals. It's good to be evil sometimes. That's why I like this colony so much. So Sparks is getting to work. Maddox is the guy we want to see here. Look at that Muffalo rat. What a rascal. Or we're taking Celine. No. Where's Aaron going? Aaron's taking a... No, Aaron's a Malay guy. Girl. Whatever. So we're going to take Maddox here. And I'm needing a mount. Where is a mount for Maddox? Well, whatever. None seem to be available. I want to start with the wild pawn here. Taking the using the cover of my gun turrets is making the whole thing a lot less risky as well. So that's the other thing. Quite a tough bugger. So I can shoot the boom rat as well, or well, this. Oh, there's the anima tree. Oh, that would be really nasty to blow that up. So that's why I'm going to fight that fire completely. So there we go. Let's allow these corpses. Well, Maddox obviously was the wrong person to go hunting with. People who are unwilling to haul are just such bad hunters. But at least there's our little haul bot. Look at him go. Doing all the dirty work for us. Speaking of dirty work, where's my little friend here? So... the cool archaeology guys who sold us this little gadget here are leaving now. Oh, that's so good. Dirt is making people unhappy, and I don't like unhappy genetic scientists, you see. Alright, training the Buffalo Rat. That's good. But also, this is really not enough food for the colony. This was just something to begin with. I won't disturb Aaron and Nicholas. They're just doing really important work. I think I'm going to bring John to this. The yak here are really tempting, but also very dangerous, because the herd revenge of this amount of animals is a little bit nasty, to say the least. So I would only go for a hunt with the backup of the whole mountain base here, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to solo control John a little bit here and go for some hunting trip. Wow, that's a tough mouse. Didn't expect it to be that tough. Fish and mice are weird animals. So when you kill them, they do that. And you generate a real big amount of corpses with that. And once they're too small, they stop doing that, as you see. They're really weird buggers. But at the same time, it's a good shooting training for John. He's really getting somewhere by now. But I think overall, we're going to get some meat and leather out of that. So a full-grown fish and mouse is pretty efficient when it comes down to the food amount. I mean, look at those little buggers here. 4 to 5 meat each. It's 135 meat spawning out of this guy. And I had that 4 times already. So, we're going to eat fish and mouse tonight. It's, I think that's a meal proper to the Monster Farmers Society. Wow, what a slaughter! Seriously, what a bloody mess of fish and mice. Okay, so John is getting back to harvesting those wild heal roots while the robots are doing the hauling. Okay, not bad. So we're going to pile up some mouse here. I didn't expect to end up with such big amounts of meat. They're looking so small, you know? But I certainly don't wanna be ungrateful with that. It's pretty cool. So there's coal. Good fuel source. So do we have the ability? So I guess fossil cap fuel generator? No. That's dinosaur fuel. Cryo-stabilized, that's something out of the GeneticRim. We're going to get there later. Okay, so... there's a big bunch of meadow ave here. Wow. So I'm refreshing my genetic material stocks here a little bit. And finally people are getting down to the beekeeping job. So I think I'm going to put lay to that as well. So I'm having 3 people with a high priority on that. We have a nutritious queen now, so we could let's combine that with a amalgam drone. So there's hybrid and amalgam. There's nutritious. There's a nutritious already. So let's put the amalgam drone in there. And well, I want to do that again. Oh, I have technological queen. Let's drop that in. Look at that crazy thing. So I think it's also time to expand my bee housing, or well, I don't know the word in English. So in Germany we have a certain word for places where you work with bees and honey and stuff. Pretty sure there's an English word for that as well, but I don't know it. I'll Google it up later. So I feel like dropping down some spooky lights here. So there we go. Let's keep the groove on here. So, does anybody work on the deep drill? I don't think so. So, how did we get here? How far did they get? Do I have enough components to finish that? No, I don't. I feared as much. Okay, that means I'm going to sell some stuff off. Some more stuff. So, I mean, there are a lot of pieces of art. Does anybody buy squirrel horns here in the vicinity? Where are they even to be found? So, are they items? Let's check. PRS Smealodon fangs. So, basically yes, but they're not buying the squirrel horns. It's quite sad because they're worth some penny. But since all the other leftovers of the animals are there to be found, I think they're just not buying that stuff. Paragon Serum Extraction Table. Animal Enrichment Center. Oh. So that's going to be our next chapter soon. But I need some more things here. So, alright, so we have an event which dropped down a psychic emitter. It will produce insanity pulses. Okay, I see. Well, this could solve my my component problem, you know. Let's do that. Let's send Nicholas, Orozco, John, and Sparks. And I need somebody for the front line as well. Let's go. They won't be gone for long. Mount Forbidden. We can give everybody some kind of mount, as crazy as it might be. We're riding Ratfellows, Squirrelopes, all the jazz. So I'm taking the insect meat with me. It'll rot in 1.4 days, so we're possibly going to do it like that. So these poor guys are going to eat insect meat along their way. Yum. Well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, there's some cat fight behind me. Damn. You can hear them, you can hear them go, right? Well, they're just playing. Well, a little bit too much, so they call it off now after some muttering. Beautiful thing about them is they are siblings and they know when to stop, so it's nice to have cats which you can actually trust with their playstyle getting a little bit rough, because you know they won't hurt each other worse than that, than just so screaming. Maybe some scratch once in a time, but that just happens, I don't know. What the... There's a Diplodocus in my backyard. Look at that. 1,680 meat. We're going to get to that later. So, how much leather would that drop? 600 sauropod leather. Very thick leather for my gigantic sauropod. Man, I like that. So let's see if Celine kills herself now. Well, Celine has a plasteel pickaxe, so I don't know who's worse off, the Ave or Celine. Damn, only 10% chance. It's a pretty low roll. The chance of making this animal hostile is higher than the actual chance of taming it. Oh man, the odds are not with us here. But well, I'm going to keep trying it. I mean, Celine has an animal's value of 10. It's not bad. I mean, it could be better, but it's also not bad. So, at least the cook is still at home. It's pretty good because my resources are really plundered at the moment. And I also seem to need a multi-analyzer. I need gold and components. I have the plasteel though. It's quite interesting. So, blue honey from amalgam honeycombs. Less appetizing due to the color, more nutritious. Awesome. Well, those bees are starting to pay off. And we struck another iron ore seam. Nice. That's really good. I'm very happy that we have another miner here. And mining 14 is pretty big as well. So, let's check out the psychic emitter. Usually you get some nice components and good stuff off of that. So, there we go. The evil scientists are out of house. I'm so much expecting a raid on my home base. They always come when you're out of town, you know. So there's the psychic wave emitter. Nice nice little sprite it has. I haven't seen them all so far. So the first look is harmless, and that's certainly troubling me a little bit. Checking out the mountains if I see any valuables easily accessible, like gold or something like that. Okay, we're going to so the coyotes here are getting aggro. Well, that's not really a real problem. That's not really a problem here. So I brought somebody for the melee. Yep, it's Aaron. So well, I don't think I'll need to bind that guy here. Oh well, there we go. So do I have anybody? Yeah, so I'm going to let Nicholas do something productive here. Let's chop up these coyotes. I mean, there are enough people on this caravan that we can carry the leather and the meat easily back home. I think I'm going to kill the rest of the animals here as well, because we're needing food, actually. And oh, the other ostrich went evil as well. So let's see if I can kite away. So gas operation got researched in between. I'm going to get to the precision rifling here, and Sparks got some harmless wounds here. So let's order him to rest, and Aaron, well, Aaron will patch him up. I'm going to pick Orozco and John to bang down the psychic emitter, while Aaron can train her pretty mediocre medical skills on a very harmless wound. There's a lot of oil here. That would be the real benefit of this endeavor, if I would really try to get some bigger returns out of that. But let's see what the psychic wave emitter will drop. Usually you get some advanced components or something similar. There goes. I get a psychic emanator. What a nice loot. And 6 advanced components. Wow. That's a lot. So that's really good loot. Seriously. So we're going to claim that and uninstall it. So can Orozco do that? Yeah. Let's take that back home. This makes people happy, you know? So, Nicholas is butchering up the last ostrich here. So RimBees are spamming another meaningless information, but that's okay. I know that the amalgam bees are not giving any more combinations here. So that's a profit here. We just had to fight some coyotes. Sometimes you are getting your loot quite cheap. Just like in this scenario. Make sure that I pick up everything. The emanator is a really nice piece of loot. I'm going to pick up the steel select chunks as well, because I'm in such need right now when it comes down to steel. I pick up every scrap if I can. So this lengthens the trip back a little bit, but well, Since the colony will get raided anyways, it doesn't matter, you see. They're not going to get back home in time anyways. Jokes aside, maybe everything will be fine. I hope. So I'm going to remove the floor here, as a matter of fact. I just noticed that. So we discovered the agricultural bee. This combination produces other 4 possible mutations. I wonder if that means that when I keep those long enough, I'm going to get more different bees. The alloy bee. Okay. I'm being a little bit confused about all the bees being produced in such massive new amounts and variations, but I really like that as well. So I think if I want to get a little bit less confusing, the agricultural one has a farmer's hat. It's hard to see, but cute. If I want to get it to have it a little bit less confusing, I think need to stop mixing them with the hybridization chambers. I can only I could also bring just the same bees together and don't even multiply them. I mean, I could just drop down a naked bee house there to produce the honeycombs. Maybe I will do that a little bit more. I just realized that if I just want to produce honeycombs, I don't need to multiply my bee population like that. Oh, they made it back home at midnight. That came unexpected. So this is a good spot to mark the end of this episode. So feel free to drop me some comments down below. Share your thoughts, share your ideas, share your feelings. I really like to hear from you guys, you know that. And also support this series with your likes, your shares with your friends, and subscriptions to the channel are also very, very welcome and help me a lot to get more visibility, reputation, and reach more people with the fun of Rimworld. So see you guys next time. Bye-bye.